Hey, boys and girls out in YouTube land, this is Clay of Major Disappointment Models. And I want to do a PSA today on the mail. And as modelers, you know, sometimes we get excited. We got a package in the mail, or like Steve Sutton got something else in the mail, wanted to show everybody on Facebook and whatnot. And it's important to protect your privacy and the sanctity of your mail against identity theft and whatnot, that you take some precautions before you put stuff on Facebook or YouTube or anything like that. So right now, let me put my worker bee hat on. And yes, I am an employee of the U.S. Postal Service. I have been for the last 23, almost 24 years. I am a mailman. I was a supervisor at one time and went back to being a mailman because I like being a mailman. So one of the things we learned about, and you'll see people, they get excited. Like right now, Mike Cortell's got a fundraiser going on for his brother Chris Cortell. We all know him as Classic Plastic 101. And we're all getting packages from Mike with our shirts or hats and mugs. And I don't know where my package is. It's around somewhere. But I've got another package here that I'll show you what I got something in. Okay? So, as you can see, I've taken out the return address. I've taken out my address. And I've also got rid of most of the zip code. Now, zip codes basically, for every 10,000 addresses you have in your city or town, you'll have one zip code. So in the place where I work in Puyallup, Washington, we have 98371, 72, 73, 74, 75. So that means we have about 50,000 addresses. It's probably less than that. You know, not all of them are taken up yet. So it's less than that. Now, on this address, okay, if you notice a lot of your zip codes nowadays, you'll have what is called the zip plus 4. And on this one here, you can see this is my house address. It's 1049. Now, I didn't show you the beginning part of the zip because you don't need to know it, but that's how they can track you, okay? So with the zip code, say it's zip code 12345, and the zip plus is 6789. Now, the 6789 actually identifies a particular building or a house in that zip code. So it's easy to track what the address is based on just the zip code. Have you ever wondered why you might get a piece of mail where the street address, you know, you live on 123 Main Street, but somebody addressed it as 567 Elm Street, but they had the right zip plus 4 and you still got that piece of mail? Because with all the modern technology we have in the post office, they don't tend to look at a lot of addresses. The computers are running 1,000 letters per minute. They're looking at the zip plus 4 if there's one. And they then sort it by the zip plus 4. So the zip plus 4 is then put, that letter mail is then put in trays we call DPS, or delivery point sequence. And it's in the order of our route. That can give away your address. The other thing is, guys will show it like this, and there might be, like this one has a USPS tracking. See right there, USPS tracking. It might also have an insurance barcode. Either black is less than $50 or so, and then you have the blue ones, which are more than $50. Then you might have one that's red, this is registered, which means it's a high dollar item, or et cetera, or it might say signature confirmation required or something like that. If you plug all these numbers in to USPS.com tracking, you can see where it was being delivered. And I did that to a guy on Facebook, and I said, hey, you need to obscure that, because I pulled it up and I told him that the package was delivered at his house at 1:30 in the afternoon on this day in this city. And people don't realize that it can be tracked that way. So Steve Sutton showed a letter, and I immediately PM'd him and had him change it so it's no longer on his Facebook page. But he showed a letter, and he obscured his address and everything like that, which is good to do. But he left his zip plus 4 and the barcode. Now, again, the zip plus 4, I took out my zip code and just left the plus 4. That's my house. Now, this one says C037. The C stands for city. 37 is route number. So it's a city carrier, route number 37. And I read to Steve what his was. And people don't realize that. This barcode also carries all the address information. And basically, if you just wipe out the first 6 or 7 bars and the last 6 or 7 bars, which is what we do when we're trying to forward something so the machine doesn't keep reading it, nobody can figure out where it is. But you can actually, if you know how to read this barcode or have a barcode reader, it'll give you all the information, the address and everything else. So it's important that if you're going to show something on YouTube, on Facebook, whatnot, that not only wipe out the address, but wipe out the barcodes that are associated or any kind of numbers that are around there. A lot of times I just leave my name on there and the guy who sent it to me. That's all you need to see. You know, hey, it's mine, and this, I got it from Mike Cortell, you know, on this date. You know, everything else you can trace. And, you know, a lot of guys out there, they have my address stuff because we correspond, you know, send cards and whatnot, and greeting cards and Christmas cards and whatnot. But, you know, I don't need it out there on the World Wide Web. There's some bad people out there, and we all need to be wary of that. So, just a fair warning. If you got any questions, you can PM me, you know, and I'll try to answer you as best I can. I don't know everything. You know, I've been a mailman a long time, but technology's changing so quickly we just can't keep up with it. So I don't know everything, but I can, you know, I used to be an on-the-job trainer in our station, so I can teach you what I know. Okay? So be careful out there. It's a bad, bad world. All right, guys. Have a good one. See ya.